Josh. I'm 16 years old and I'm from Melbourne. I'm currently in year 10. A little bit about me. I play viola and piano, and I'm also a self-taught cellist and clarinet player. I've been playing viola for 5 years after switching from violin. I'm currently doing aim to be 5th grade and also play in Melbourne Youth Chamber Strings. And then piano, I've been playing for 9 years. I'm doing aim to be 7th grade. And also for the first time this year, I've taken up playing keys 1 in my college's musical production. So this has been an interesting experience because it's quite different playing in a musical to playing in a classical setting. So it's different exposure to different sorts of styles and things like that. In terms of composition, I've always been interested in it. Since I was little, I've been like tinkering on pianos and on the piano, making little tunes and stuff like that. But it was only when I got into high school that I started really developing that interest. I wrote like my first proper piece for piano, and then since then I've sort of used text and online resources to expand my knowledge of composition and try to get better at it. So, I'm going to show you my fanfare today. My fanfare is called Fanfare the Modern World. And in my fanfare, what I tried to do was capture the sense of progress and change that is a key feature of the society we're now living in. So every day, if you look around, you'll see the busyness of the world, the interconnectivity of social media and the internet, and everything is accelerating at such an intense rate, an exponential rate, which is leading towards an exciting future. And I wanted to try and capture that in my fanfare. So I'll play it for you now. Sorry. Fail. There we go. So when approaching my composition, there were basically two main things that I definitely wanted to use in my composition. So the first of these was the Lydian mode. So for those of you who don't know, it's one of the modal scales which has a raised fourth. So in this case, I used a D major Lydian, so it has the G sharp. And what that does is it gives it...
play it for us on the piano.
Okay. So this is D major, then D Lydian. So you end up with that sort of chord, which I've used a lot. Yeah, and that gives it a really bright tonality, which you can probably hear. It makes it really energetic, much more than I think it would have been if I just used the normal G major scale. The other thing I really wanted to use is a lot of rhythmic devices. At the time when I started composing, I'd recently discovered the works of John Adams. So for those of you who don't know, he's an American composer, but he likes to use a lot of different rhythmic techniques, which he terms rhythmic dissonances in some of his pieces. So what he does is he'll have different rhythmic lines, which, how do I word this? When played together, don't quite fit perfectly, to get this sort of rhythmic texture. And in this piece, I tried to use that to a lesser extent. So one of the ways I did that was syncopation, which you can see in the main melody. But the main one I want to talk to you about today is accent shifts. So if you look at the score, you can see in the clarinet, oboe and flute line, you've got this sort of ongoing movement thing, sort of thing. So in the clarinet and flute, you've got this thing grouped in fours, which is the da-da-da-da thing, and you can see that at the top. Now, when I play that just by itself, you get this thing just on and on and on, like that. Stop. But what I did is, on top of that, in the oboe line, I've added another sort of movement thing, but instead of being grouped into 4s, it's grouped into 3s. So you've got this 4-on-3 thing, and what that does is, because each first note of the group of 3 is accented, you end up with this shift in accent, which you can see here. So instead of being on each beat, you end up with it on 1, then 4, then 3 of the semiclaviers and so on. So if I play this now, you can hear how it gives it more movement and sort of compared to the original one. And that's one of the ideas I wanted to use in this piece. Okay. So yeah, that's my piece. Now the piece I wanted to show you today, which inspired me with this one, is another work by John Adams, who I was talking about earlier, and it's called Short Ride in a Fast Machine. Basically, it's a piece for orchestra, and it only goes for 5 minutes, but what it's trying to emanate is the machinations of a machine. So you've got all these different lines in the orchestra which are kind of going constantly, but then he also uses, to some extent, these rhythmic tools that I was discussing earlier.